This is the MGTOW Infinium here with another Infinium training session. This Infinium training session is entitled, Who Hurt You? You're Weak. My MGTOW brothers, perhaps the most damning, shaming language that is used upon MGTOW men is, you are weak as a man. And as with the prior training session, which was entitled, You Can't Do That, the weak dogma is a deeply entwining dogma which exists at every level for you as a MGTOW man. You will hear your weak shaming language coming from everywhere. That is from women in general, ardent feminists, on down to the pastor at your local church if you go to church. As well, it is another binding dogma which comes from the very heart of the feminist plantation state that by its very nature can enslave you to its slave pits in a futile effort to please the female overlords who have charge of that state. Your weak shaming dogma is truly despicable, and it is dangerous because it can, number one, question your priorities as a MGTOW and force you ultimately off the MGTOW path. Number two, force you to question your manhood. You, for instance, don't want to deal with women because you're not able to get a woman. You are an incel. You are incapable of having a relationship with a woman. Number three, force you into a false sense of nobility and ultimately enslavement or re-enslavement to the feminist plantation state. Number four, force you to accept the behavior of women overall, including their bad behavior towards you. That means that any woman, from your mother to the woman who you are in a relationship with, can treat you badly, unfairly, despicably, which if you resist, you are labeled as weak. So that means you're weak when a woman has you in divorce court and you're complaining as she's divorce raping you. You're weak when when you come home from work, you find her in bed and you're very bad, having an affair with another man after you've worked and labored on a hard day, a hot day, only to find that you have to accept her running around on you. If you don't, you're weak. Number five, it can cause you as a good man to assume the role of a cleanup man who women run to when it's game over in terms of their time with the bad boys. So when Pookie, Ray Ray, Chad kick them to the curb, you are the standby man who she runs to so she can sap your resources and say, I never should have gave you up, or you're a good man. And if you refuse, you turn her away, you're weak. Number six, it can cause you to become the de facto scapegoat. It's all your fault because you're a weak man. No matter how good you are, no matter how much you do, no matter how much you try to please her, the failure is your fault because you're a weak man. Now, my MGTOW brothers, if you as a MGTOW man look at things through the simple clarity of the MGTOW philosophy, you will find that you're the one who is strong and who is operating from a position of strength. And as with the you can't do that dogma, the MGTOW philosophy also unbinds you as a MGTOW man from your weak dogma. And again, it binds you to freedom. In the process of binding you to freedom, you as a MGTOW man become bound also to the strength of the MGTOW philosophy. That binding to freedom, and ultimately the strength allows you to critically think and therefore, in the process, to begin to put yourself first, to prioritize yourself, to put your needs, your wants first, rather than the hypergamy of a female, for instance. It is the simple infusing strength of the MGTOW philosophy which allows you then to not only stay firmly on the MGTOW road, but it also allows you to ignore any and all your weak shaming dogma that comes your way. It is through this simple infusing strength that you, as a MGTOW man, begin to understand that there's no need to put up with the bad behavior of women. So, for instance, you don't have to be the Will Smith who is sitting across from a table from a Jada Pinkett Smith, who is, along with the world, laughing in her heart at you while she's telling you, yes, I had an affair. Yes, I did this. And you're going to accept it, because if not, you're weak. As well, my MGTOW brothers, this simple infusing strength causes your weak dogma to be nullified, and thus canceling out any consequential power it has over you. Therefore, it means that you, as a MGTOW man, cannot be forced into any type of situation that this shaming language is used upon you. So, for instance, if you're encountering a mother who is shaming you, that you must undergo her betrayals, you must endure what she's doing to you, and if not, you're a weak man. You're weak because of what your stance. Again, the simple infusing strength of the MGTOW philosophy nullifies that. If you're encountering a single mother who is taunting you, as I was the other day at a Lowe's when I was just minding my business, who was taunting you and saying that you're weak because you would not speak to her, you would not consider her, because you were just minding your business, you wanted to be left alone. The simple infusing strength of the MGTOW philosophy nullifies that, my MGTOW brothers. At every level, the simple infusing strength and the power of the MGTOW philosophy nullifies every point of your weak shaming dogma when it is used upon you, my MGTOW brothers. Therefore, it is important for you to understand that, again, you will encounter this. And as these days go along, as I believe the COVID-19 virus has its second go round, you will see this become more prominent. You will see this because, again, the feminist plantation state wants you to do your duty. It wants you to slave in those slave pits. But you, my MGTOW brothers, you know differently. Because, again, the simple infusing strength of the MGTOW philosophy allows you to not only critically think, but allows you to be free. And therefore, again, my MGTOW brothers, it is your duty. It is not your duty to slave in the feminist plantation state. It is your duty to daily take your red pills, daily embrace the MGTOW philosophy, the simplicity, the strength of it, the freedom of it, to daily embrace it and go towards your freedom and your peace, regardless of any shaming tactics that come your way. You're free, my MGTOW brothers, and stay free. That is the only way to go. This is the MGTOW Infinium, and this has been an Infinium training session. Now more than ever, my MGTOW brothers, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW path, and remember, MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.